Hey, it's me, John, from Hard4Games. And this is our friend Rick. And he brought a gigantic tub of PS Vita stuff that we're gonna look at today.
All kinds of stuff. Everything. Some things aren't even opened yet.
In that case, I'm gonna open them and ruin his value. And we'll take a look at that right after this intro, because intros are still a thing people do on YouTube.
They become hard. They're hard for games. They become hard. They're hard for games.
I had a PSP, but I never had a PS Vita.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me about the Vita and the differences between the two Vitas.
Well, the differences between these two Vitas, so this is the 1000, this is the 2000. The 1000 is considered the fat system because it is much thicker than the slim. There's an additional port on the top here, which there's a lot of controversy over what it's for, but this is the regular game cart input. There's only one on the top of the slim. There are a few more ports on here than there are on the slim. The slim actually uses a mini USB connection, so most like Android cell phones will work to charge it. The 1000 has this big clunky port on the bottom, which also has been used for a lot of other things. I'm not 100% sure, but
yeah, no, there's like a mobile charger you can get. I think there's like a video out and stuff like that you can get for it. And one thing that drives me nuts about PlayStation's portable consoles is proprietary data made a return.
Oh yeah, they have their very own Vita cards.
Yeah, I like how they made it so that like the memory stick Duo, you could get an adapter and put 2 micro SDs in it.
Yeah.
And then you could have a huge memory stick Duo and pay almost nothing in comparison to the price. But then they were like, ooh, we're gonna make it impossible this time. You're buying our stupid memory sticks.
There's one more thing with this, and this Vita had the option of a SIM card. So I could get 3G with this system if I just have to pay for the number. But yeah, then I could game on the go, or if you were like most Vita users, they like to stream from their PS4.
Ooh.
Yeah, and so
that could get pricey.
Well, yeah, but if you have unlimited data.
So we also had the PS TV, which was kind of like half a Vita?
It's a Vita without a screen. There's a couple of things that you can do with this system that you can't with the regular Vitas. First off, there's a USB port. You don't have a USB port in either of these, so you can actually put extra memory on here by attaching a thumb drive. Yeah. There's HDMI out, so that goes right to the TV. You can use your Ethernet connection. There's your regular standard PS Vita, well, standard, I should say, PS Vita memory card, which slot, only exists for these, but you can take them out of your handheld Vita and put it into your TV. There is a little bit of caution to that, though, because there's the potential to corrupt data.
Joy!
Yeah, so don't do that if you can help it.
Tell me about the compatibility. John was telling me there's like rough compatibility with Vita games. Is that true?
It is true. I don't know how rough it is, but a lot of the games, they have, they'll actually say on the front of the box, and I might have some in here that say compatible with PlayStation TV. And a lot of it has to do with the back sensor. So, like, it would be very hard for you to play Tearaway on a PS TV because that requires you to do a lot of stuff back here. You actually push your fingers through the board. You pull things apart.
You kind of don't have the G spot of the Vita.
Yeah, and it would be kind of weird to do like the touch sensor on the PlayStation 4 controller, trying to do it the same way.
Anything that requires that back sensor or requires you to be touching the front of the screen as a sensor for the game, it likely won't be a compatible title.
We're now going to move on to the accessories, and I see you bought an extra of the 64 gig memory card. Only available in Asia, I believe you said?
Correct.
The 64, we only got the 32 here.
Yes.
So at first I thought this was something to put the memory card into.
No.
But it looks like something you put an SD card into.
Yes, you are correct.
So what is this?
An adapter to go into the game card slot for an mini SD card. So this is, as you said, it's hackery. You have to install custom firmware onto the Vita in order to play emulation or ROMs or even other
now you can get
Vita titles.
Gigs of space.
Yes, correct. Yes, and I'm not 100% sure how that works just yet, but
I'm sure
I will figure it out
at some point. But yeah, that sounds really cool.
Yeah, no, these are great.
I see you've also got some grips.
Yes, having very large hands and having the Vita Slim.
I've got tiny hands, and these still felt
incredibly
large.
I almost
tiny.
felt very carpal tunnel-y, and also I'm afraid of slipping out of my hands. So I needed something that fit my large hands, but also
that feels great.
Yeah, it does. And this is actually whatever the texture is, feels almost like a rubber, but it's not. The neat thing about this particular grip is that it'll hold an additional charge on the grip so that you can play longer.
2,200 milliamp hours.
Yep.
Okay, so I see you've got a book about the Vita, but what is the book about the Vita about, outside of the Vita?
Well, it's about the first year of the Vita. So the Vita coming out, and also the life cycle in the first year of the PlayStation Vita.
Ah, okay, so all about its development and the game's development and the reception and release.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
And the unfortunate slow start it had in the United States. You've got quite a few games.
I got a few, yeah.
So let's try and dig through the more interesting stuff. I see already this gigantic thing is still sealed.
Yeah? Yeah.
Correct. And we can get
let's put it down for
to the more titillating parts.
I was not entirely sure that was coming with that game.
You know what?
How does it feel?
That is actually quite comfortable. It's weird to just put your hand over someone's face like that, but I will be honest, as embarrassing as it would be to actually use one of these, that is actually surprisingly comfortable.
My Labyrinth of Death. Yeah.
Estra's Valley of Warmth. Mouse pads.
A physical copy, official art book, official soundtrack, and the mouse pad, and then this very nice box.
Oh, that looks super cool.
Yeah. I think it's like a dungeon crawler or like a maze type game. I'm not sure. Yeah. I bought
It's ambiguous
a
because
bunch of them at once.
Literally no art on the back. Oh, let's just rip it open. No.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm gonna pronounce this wrong.
Hakoki Kyoto Wins Limited Edition.
Yeah.
Which comes with the Shinsengumi Warriors Bento box.
Yes, that is actually a wooden box. And it comes with like a brush.
Soundtrack, art book.
And if I'm not mistaken, this is like a dating sim.
Ooh, reversible cover sleeve. Ooh, yeah, this seems like it could be.
So I grabbed this at the last second because I forgot what it was. So this will be a nice mystery for both of us. So I'm not 100% sure what is in here.
I hope it's another mouse pad.
Oh, it's Skullgirls.
Oh, hell yeah.
This took like a year and a half to come out. But it came with this really cool stencil, I forget what they call it. Stencil plate? I don't know.
Oh, cool.
Your standard limited run playing card, limited run sticker, the soundtrack for the game, which is actually really awesome. They have really excellent soundtracks for this game, and a physical copy of the Vita game, and there is an instruction manual in here as well.
Oh, it is Second Encore. Ooh.
Yeah, so this is...
I have not actually played this version yet.
It is really good. So this is Cosmic Star Heroine, which this is the collector's edition. It took a little while to come out. This is open, so I think we can open it and take a quick look at what's inside. But there is a physical copy of the game it's very thick because it's got an instruction manual inside. I love artwork and instruction manuals. And this came with...
It's a beefy instruction manual.
This came with not only a really amazing box, but like a Sega Saturn case.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, which I think is just an extra case.
Looks like a Sega CD case.
Or Sega CD, thank you.
Yeah, it makes me worried
Here's
that
the,
if I...
yeah. It came with, I think, what is this?
Oh my gosh, it really is just a Sega CD case.
Like it came with a couple of collector's prints.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, yeah. I have not really opened this either, so I love being able to explore this. Since it's not sealed, I don't mind going into it.
Yeah, I really love this case. This is really cool.
It's a really awesome case.
Although, because it's a Sega CD case, although it's one of the new ones, so that they're sturdier. Yeah. But I'm worried that if I look at it wrong, those hinges are going to explode off of it.
Yeah, exactly.
I hate the tall cases.
Well, then there's the soundtrack,
ooh,
which looks really nice. And then a poster, which is just the opening artwork. I'm not going to open it all the way. This is actually one of my first limited run purchases for Ys Origins.
Which has been a long-running RPG series. Mm-hmm. So I see you have Yomawari Night Alone,
yes.
Which, looking on the back, looks like it's... at first I was like, oh, there's a cute character, it's PS Vita, it must be a cute-em-up, and instead it's a cutesy horror game?
It's a horror game, yeah.
Which is really strange as a concept.
Well, and it's funny, I actually have this digitally, so I didn't have to open it. But the first thing it tells you to do is to turn all the lights off in the room before you start playing it. And there's a heartbeat vibration feel like that you get at the beginning of the game. Like you feel it through I don't know if it's a vibration or something, but that's this heartbeat feeling.
Hide from spirits and hear your pulse quicken as they move closer and closer.
Yes, that's the detection. Yeah, Trails of Cold Steel.
Which I assume is about Cold Steel the Hedgehog.
Now, this is a like a JRPG.
A JRPG?
A JRPG, yeah. I have been wanting to dive into this. I have not yet, but this particular edition has an art book, which is the first thing off the top here. And then there's a separate spot, like a fill-in that was added if you get the sequel, which I have in here somewhere, unopened.
And apparently there's a pin.
There is a pin in there. Yeah, that is the pin, or that's what it looks like.
Very neat.
Yeah, but again,
the game is sealed in there.
Gorgeous art book.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You couldn't have a PS Vita without a Senran Kagura game.
I hear great things about Senran Kagura, and I haven't actually played it yet. I don't want to be marked as a super perv, but it is
I've heard they're actually
one of those games.
Fun.
It's a really good game.
I just don't have a system that can play any of them.
This is another limited run game. This is actually my first limited run purchase. It's called Dragon Fantasy: The Black Tome of Ice, and it came with a Night Trap card.
Nice work, limited run. Right. I love that as soon as you open it, it's just that face.
Oh yeah,
like the Night Trap picture. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Classic. All right. Well, thank you for bringing this. This is an awesome collection. I hope you enjoy the stuff you haven't gotten to yet.
Oh, thank you.
Which I assume is quite a bit of this.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
That is the curse of collecting games. I know that I played a ton of the games I've bought. I just sit on them and hoard them like a greedy dragon. What's your favorite thing to hoard like a greedy dragon? Let us know in the comments. Like, subscribe. Tell us what your favorite thing about the PS Vita is. Or if you're mad at PlayStation for just completely letting it die over here.
So
jerks.
There was a comment the other day, because I said I was marketing on one of the videos. I was like, well, how would you market the Vita, for example? And my thought process was, well, I would market the Vita.
Yeah, exactly. It really was not marketed at all.
I didn't see a single commercial, no advertisements, nothing. It was they just completely relied on word of mouth.
It was like they had a kid.
Yeah.
They raised it to like a year or two, and then they just pushed him out the door, and they're like,
it's like the redheaded stepchild. Basically.
Exactly.
It's a